Welcome back, Fionnuala. Welcome to our next chapter, and we are going to discuss about creative innovation.
Should we have a little look at the picture?
Yes.
Let's see.
So, in the creative innovation, as you can see, that there are a lot many frogs who are stuck in the long, tall grasses, and they are lost. They are stuck. But there's one frog who has befriended a bird and is up in the skies. So the analogy is that when we are stuck, we can we think out of the box? You might have heard about something known as blue sky thinking.
Absolutely.
And can you think differently?
You can. But I think, as we're going to find when we drill down into this, you need to create the right environment for yourself to be able to do that, to tap into that power. But definitely, yes, of course you can.
And we have seen time and again people who have made any progress. This has been one of the key skills, especially when the systems are stuck. They're doing the same thing again and again because the problems would have changed or problems would have enlarged.
Yeah.
So we have to be thinking creatively. I'm reminded of a story by Einstein. He was a professor. I think it's at Oxford or Cambridge, and he had given an exam to a group of students. And his assistant said, Dr. Einstein, you had given the same questions to this group of students last year. So Dr. Einstein said, yes, I know that I gave the same questions because that was last year, because for them the answers would have changed because they have gone through 1 year and they have been able to look at the same situations, same problems in a different way. So creative innovation, creative solutions are very important in an environment where we are doing same thing and not getting any results.
Yeah, and did Einstein not also say that it's kind of insanity
Yes.
to keep doing the same thing and expect different results?
Exactly.
And if the results you're getting are not good, if you're exhausted and burnt out and your business is failing, or the large organization you're running is not serving your client base or your customers well, you have to do something different.
You have to do something differently.
Yeah.
So there are few examples which really stand out for me. I mean, working in the hospitals, we know that there is overcrowding.
Yeah.
We know there are complications because of beds. We know that there are hospital-acquired infections. We know that the demographics of the population is changing, and the demands on the service have been increasing. I'm sure you would agree with.
Absolutely.
Agree with all this.
Yeah, and the more that medicine advances, the more that medicine is able to do, obviously the more it has to do. So you're trying to provide new treatments, better treatments, more people are seeking treatments.
And more people are living longer.
And people are living longer, yeah.
So, Fionnuala, several years before, I was part of a service known as Hospital at Home service. And this is a service which was founded so that secondary hospital level care can be provided in patients' own home environment.
Amazing.
So working with a couple of other visionary leaders, we set up a UK hospital at home society, and our vision was to provide secondary level care in patients' own home environment. Now, if you see what the thought process is going here, in the hospitals, there is a patient flow problem.
Yeah.
When the patients are in the hospital, it's sometimes difficult to discharge them because lot of issues, whether they have a good enough, safe, functional level to be able to go back home.
How are they going to be supported?
How they're going to be supported.
Yeah.
So it has to be a case-by-case basis, but in several situations, if the patients to start with can be treated in their own home environment, we prevent a lot of complications which can happen in the hospital. It can be hospital-acquired infections. It can be decompensation, because especially when the patients are in hospital, their mobility would not be as good as what it is in their own home environment.
Yeah.
That's why this service was a great creative innovation, and I feel that this is also going to be the service of the future.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I'm just thinking during COVID, your hospitals at home approach would be pretty ideal. That vulnerable patients can be treated.
Coming to the hospital and getting more infections.
Instead, they can be treated at home. So yes, absolutely. In my coaching work, I've worked with clients online, and that's something I continue to do now. And the gift of that is that I can work with clients anywhere in the world, which I hadn't really considered doing before. It's a different experience, that's true. But there is a lot of value to being able to reach out and have that more diverse experience. And the other thing that I was able to do was have walk-in appointments with clients. So we could be outside together. We could, initially when things were really quite bad, you could distance. But as things eased, we could walk together, and just being outside would obviously mitigate any risks. And now I still do those walk-in appointments with clients. And there's something different about how you think when you're walking, and something different as well about talking to somebody as you walk. And a couple of clients of mine who are neurodivergent have also mentioned for them, it's a much more comfortable experience than sitting across a table with someone. It's a way of just being in coaching in quite a different way. And then with my other hat on, with performance art, I collaborated with other artists online, and we produced video art. And then when times became more normal again, we were able to exhibit that in a live setting. So yeah, it's about adaptation and these brilliant new things that can come out of a really hard situation.
Yes. I mean, what you are saying, that around the COVID times, there was a huge boom in the Zoom.
A boom in the Zoom, indeed. Yeah, I mean, yoga teachers, therapists,
fitness industry.
There were cabarets online. Yeah, everything.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm sure also, you know, people in other professions, lawyers were online. We had doctor's appointments. We could do that as well.
Yes.
And, you know, well, yeah, there's benefits to being in a face-to-face situation.
Yes.
But if we can't have that, then we can have something else. Or as I was saying, with video appointments with clients, that's added a whole new level to what I do. Yeah.
Yes. So there was, of course, a huge amount of disruption after the COVID, but a lot of beautiful things also came out of that disruption. And now people are able to have more flexible approaches. They are able to have hybrid approaches. And people are understanding also that all environments are not meant to be for them. Some certain environments are better for certain kinds of people. And as long as we are aware of our own strengths, what works for us, that is what helps us to thrive.
Yeah. So when we're in a difficult place and we find the way to adapt, that gives us a new strength.
Yes.
So how can we make the conditions for that for ourselves? How can we really foster our own creativity? How do we do that?
I think one of the things could be, of course, knowing that when you are in a situation and you are feeling very stuck.
Yeah.
So the first point is having that awareness that, you know, something is not working. I'm working towards some kind of an end goal, and we are just going around in the circles.
And that's where something like coaching can help, because you'll sit down and identify your obstacles and your resources. Your own mindset might be an obstacle.
Yes.
You can really examine and explore that.
And something, that's why these coaching conversations, what we are having is a coaching conversation. To have these coaching conversations can provide us with an external insight or a different kind of perspective.
It's the feedback and the reframing.
Feedback, the reframing, and what we say, the penny dropping.
Yeah, that's it.
And once you are able to see a new perspective, then you cannot unsee it.
No.
Because you've got a new fresh insight into a situation.
That's really true. And I think also with the book, you really support people to do that. So we've got the reflective awareness, which is repeated throughout the book, and which we examine in depth in the first section in self-management. So each section takes us into reflecting on where we are with each skill.
Yep.
And then we've got our leaps to action. So for creative innovation.
So being aware of a particular skill,
Yeah.
if we are how well we are doing it or we are lacking,
Yeah.
and then to make a conscious decision or make a conscious action. That is, and if one is able to do that, you are able to break free of that cycle of being stuck.
Yeah, you don't have to stay stuck. So for example, in this chapter, we have a question in reflective awareness. What does creativity mean to you? You could write or record a sentence or two, pick 3 words that sum up creativity. And if you're working in a group or with a partner, you could brainstorm that, because you can use this book with other people. And I think that would be a really helpful thing to do.
Yeah.
And then in leaps to action, you can reflect on past successes where you used innovative thinking. What learning can you apply to current challenges? You can set aside time each week for creative activities. So that could be quite a small thing that you might go and see a play, you might sit down and read a book, you might just get out some paints and mess around. Perhaps that's something you've not done since school. I've had clients say that to me, oh, I used to paint and draw when I was a child. I'd love to do that. And I will say, well, why don't you? You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
It can be anything, just some sort of engagement.
Yes, absolutely. Everybody has to find what works for them and then do it more and more. And also sometimes if they are feeling stuck, to find an external help. It could be a friend, trusted friend, coach, mentor, could be very helpful. Well, Fionnuala, thank you so much for sharing your incredible insights about creative innovation. And I look forward to discussing the next chapter in environmental management with you.
Thanks, Ash. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could leave a 5-star review, a like, or subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Your support helps us reach more people looking to transform their stress into new comfort. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so don't forget to comment and share. For more tips and updates, please be sure to check out our social media links in the description box below. We can't wait to have you with us next time as we continue this journey towards turning stress into resilience. Remember, it's not the stress itself, but how we rise above it that defines our strength. So stay resilient and keep thriving, and we will see you next time.